The one thing. Success is not built by doing more. Modern life celebrates busyness, full calendars, endless to-do lists, constant notifications. People wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. We admire those who seem capable of doing everything, working faster, answering more emails, managing more responsibilities. But the one thing begins with a question that challenges this entire way of living. What if success isn't about doing more, but about doing less? Not less effort, less distraction, because extraordinary results rarely come from dividing your attention. They come from directing it. The lie of multitasking. Many people believe multitasking is a superpower. They answer messages while attending meetings, watch videos while studying, switch constantly between projects. It feels productive, but the brain tells a different story. Every time attention shifts, performance declines. Focus weakens. Mistakes increase. Energy drains away. The mind was never designed to concentrate on everything at once. It was designed to concentrate deeply on one thing. The people who accomplish the most often appear slower because they refuse to scatter their attention. Everything is not equally important. One of the biggest reasons people feel overwhelmed is simple. They treat every task as equally urgent. Every notification demands attention. Every request feels important. Every opportunity seems impossible to refuse. But life doesn't work that way. Some actions create enormous results. Others create almost none. The challenge is learning the difference. Productivity is not measured by how much you finish. It is measured by whether you finished what mattered most. The focusing question. At the heart of the book lies one extraordinary question, a question powerful enough to reshape an entire day, perhaps even an entire life. It asks, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Notice what this question does. It doesn't ask, what should I do first? Or, what should I do today? It searches for leverage, the single action capable of creating the greatest impact. The answer is rarely obvious, but once discovered, it changes priorities completely. Success leaves clues. We often imagine successful people accomplishing dozens of things at once. In reality, most extraordinary achievements begin with remarkable simplicity. A writer focuses on one book. An athlete trains one skill repeatedly. An entrepreneur solves one important problem exceptionally well. Behind almost every great accomplishment lies an uncommon ability, the discipline to ignore almost everything else. Success compounds when attention remains concentrated. The domino effect. Imagine standing a tiny domino upright. Push it. It falls into the next one, then the next, then another. Eventually, tiny movements create enormous momentum. Life works similarly. One important action makes another possible. One completed habit creates another. One disciplined decision transforms tomorrow's opportunities. People often chase dramatic breakthroughs, but extraordinary lives are usually built through carefully chosen dominoes. The first one matters most. Why willpower is limited. Many people believe discipline should last all day, but willpower behaves differently. It is strongest when rested, weakest when exhausted. As the day continues, every decision consumes mental energy. This explains why important work often gets postponed until it never happens. The lesson is simple. Do your most important work first. Protect your best energy for your highest priority, because your greatest work deserves your strongest mind. Busyness creates the illusion of progress. Being busy feels productive, Crossing tasks off a list feels satisfying, but activity and achievement are not the same. A person can spend 12 hours working and still avoid the one task that would truly change their future. Busyness often becomes a form of procrastination. We stay occupied to avoid doing what feels difficult. Real productivity sometimes looks surprisingly quiet. One person, one goal, undivided attention. Learning to say no. Every yes carries a hidden cost. Time, energy, attention. When you agree to everything, you protect nothing. Highly successful people are often respected for what they accomplish, but much of their success comes from what they refuse. They protect their focus, guard their calendar, decline distractions. Every meaningful commitment requires countless invisible rejections. Focus is impossible without boundaries. Balance is not what we think. People often chase perfect balance, equal attention for work, family, health, friends, learning, rest, every single day. The book argues this ideal is unrealistic. Some seasons require deeper focus in one area. Balance is not achieved moment by moment. It is achieved over time. The goal is not equal attention. It is intentional attention. Fear of missing out keeps us distracted. One reason people struggle to focus is simple. They fear missing opportunities. Another project, another idea, another possibility. But every opportunity accepted creates another opportunity rejected. You cannot pursue everything. Trying to do so guarantees mediocrity. Success often requires choosing one meaningful path and allowing hundreds of others to pass by. Habits shape the future. Goals provide direction. Habits create results. One focused hour every day becomes hundreds of hours each year. One page becomes a book. One workout becomes strength. One conversation becomes trust. Consistency transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. The future is rarely created in dramatic moments. It is built quietly through repeated choices. Protecting time means protecting life. Time is the only resource that cannot be replaced. Money can return. Opportunities can return. Energy can recover. Time never comes back. The book encourages scheduling your most important work before everything else. Not after meetings. Not after distractions. First, because what occupies your calendar eventually shapes your life. Success is sequential, not simultaneous. Many people want immediate transformation, better health, more income, stronger relationships, new skills, greater confidence, all at once. But meaningful progress usually happens one step at a time. One habit, one project, one improvement, one decision. Extraordinary lives are built sequentially, not simultaneously. The power of simplicity. Complicated systems often fail. Simple systems survive. One clear priority, one meaningful goal, one next action. The more clarity increases, the more resistance decreases. Success becomes less overwhelming because the path becomes visible. You no longer ask, "What should I do?" You ask, "What's the one thing that matters most right now?" The one thing delivers a message that feels almost radical in a distracted world. You do not need to do everything. You do not need to chase every opportunity. You do not need to fill every hour. You simply need to identify what matters most and give it your full attention, because extraordinary success rarely belongs to the busiest people. It belongs to those who know what deserves their focus. In the end, your life is shaped not by everything you attempt, but by the few things you choose to do exceptionally well. And sometimes Changing your entire future begins with answering one simple question. What's the one thing? Like, subscribe, comment, share. Like if this message inspired you to focus on what truly matters. Comment, what's the one thing you're committed to today? Subscribe for book insights that help you achieve more with less. Share this with someone who needs a little more focus and a lot less distraction.